The track for today is well marked out. The corner posts and the filters are what you're seeing here.
Okay, so we're at Lee Dell with Raw Enduro events, and it's put down some heavy rain overnight and this morning, just starting to brighten up now, but looks like it's going to be a muddy one. So we're just getting a bit of a rider's briefing now with Wayne, and then yeah, we'll get this race on the way.
Searching for fresh grass. We're marking the bit we're marking, that's it, that's the deal with the landowner.
So green flag's up. Here we go. Whoa, we're getting boosted. Trying to grab them roll off down this first straight. Oh, one down. Whoa, it's carnage. Oh, that's not good. Good job, I wiped it. So we're a couple of turns in now, we're about 5th or 6th off the start, so just trying to get used to this ground. It's so slippy. I've never rode anything like it. It's like slippy grass, clayey grass, and under that grass it's just pure rock. Very hard to get traction, so get a little bit giddy here and try and make a pass around the outside. We'll get on the brakes and yeah, we're not going to stop. Game over. So there's about 6 or 7 riders getting past me there, so it drops me back to about 12th, 13th or so. About halfway through the lap now, just coming down this hill into a little rocky quarry section. Again, this just feels so alien for me. I'm used to, you know, nice sandy berms, man-made corners. This is rocky, off-cambered moorland. Not my cup of tea, but you've got to practice what you're not good at. And I will definitely be doing a lot more of this over the winter. Rider down there just coming into the bottom of these woods. I think we're on the 2nd lap now and we've already hit traffic. So just trying to wiggle my way past a couple of back markers. So we try and go up high on the left here to get around this person, and I lose my balance. But we managed to just sneak past there. Yeah, you can see it's just like an inch of sloppy soil on top of real hard sort of rock underneath. And this is like a cobble road. And then you come up to a little sort of clay hill climb section here. You can see quite a lot of people stuck. So just try and get around this one. Managed to get up there alright. Just trying to short shift this 300 because obviously I'm used to opening it up and letting that rear wheel spin, but that's not what you want round here. But it is pretty snappy, so it is hard to short shift. Found it very tricky. So just on some back markers here, on a bit of a single track. You can see there's a path there on the right on the grass on that off camber, but I don't want to risk that. I ain't got enough talent at this moment in time. We'll stick to getting in the ruts, at least I can paddle my way through. But you see the top guys, they're that confident, they just go across them off cambers, just stood up, just on the pegs. Definitely something we need to work on. So We're in the middle section here, and it comes up into this tight little wood section. You can see there's a lot of tree roots, very slippy. Quite a nasty little bit. Drop down here and it sort of splits into a couple of lanes through these trees, so we managed to sneak past this rider. Little bog there. So we're a couple of laps in now. Sam Winterburn's leading the race. He's got a good lead. Don't know how he's so fast around here. I've raced him on a couple of other tracks and obviously he's beat me, but not by too much. I think he ends up lapping me later on in this race. So fair play to Sammy with shifting, but it just shows you these enduro guys on this sort of slippy, rocky, grassy terrain. That's where they come into their own. I mean, it's like this section round here. If you're looking at lines, you come round here, look. You can see that line there on the right, just up the grass onto the flat. That's where Winterburn were going and getting all his traction. Now we're just hitting all these horrible bumps. Only really noticed that when I've watched the GoPros back, obviously, and realised where they've been going, because a couple of spectators told me. So it's them little lines that just make a big difference in enduro, and at the moment we're learning. So behind a couple more back markers here, just coming down and make a real silly move. Don't know why I followed this guy. Should have gone round him, but then again, you just never know what they're gonna do. Way off he goes. These ruts getting really deep now. But yeah, like you say, on tracks like these, the throttle works both ways, and with motocross, most of the time you only need it one, and that's flat out. So definitely learning to just use that throttle a little bit more. Big mistake here, should have stopped before the bridge, not on the Slippy bridge, but managed to find a little bit of traction and wobble my way out. Again, coming up to this little clear hill climb here, a couple of people stuck. We actually get it quite nice, so maybe we're learning, maybe we're learning. Big rough uphill, fast straight this. There's a couple of ruts starting to form now, but again, there's only sort of an inch of soil, so once you do make a rut, it's like rock underneath, so it is still very slippy. In fact, some bits got slippier as the race went on, some bits got grippier, so it's a tough one. I definitely have found my weak point with this race, but you know, the only way to get over that is by keep riding it. So coming down this fast fire road into the lap scoring area. I think we're about 45-50 minutes into the race now. Some tricky ruts along this top section here. Back down onto the slippy grass. coming back down this hill towards the quarry section. Caught someone there sort of shouting at me, so I thought, oh, a bit of encouragement, you know, cheering me on. Anyway, we get a bit closer. Realise it's Chris, giving me a bit of abuse. No, it's not Preston Dogs, you're right. I wish it were. I'd love to hit a berm right now. Nah, Chris is just winding me up because when we go docks I usually lap him, and then this is his back garden, so we need some Pingu training camp, I think. See, every straight's just off camber. I'm not used to it. We're just over halfway now and I hear this 250F ripping behind me, so I just pulled to the side. And that's Winterburn just lapping me, and look at the traction he gets on that. By the time I've turned, he's at the next corner. He was having a real race today, absolutely stonking. I'm trying to learn, you know, I'm short shifting here. A couple of people stuck and I feel like I'm getting the hang of this. Try not to light up that TPI too much. And then next lap we try and do the same. And we go back into motocross mode. We're stuck. Bit of push. Definitely a learning curve this weekend, but coming into the pits now and you can hear me. I can't ride it.
No. Slippy.
I just don't know how to do it.
So slippy.
I just can't do it. Anyway, enough for the morning. Back out. We've got another hour practice. Let's see if we can at least try and master sections of this track. Squeeze past a couple of back markers there. But it's like this rut here, there's a nice deep rut, but in the bottom of it it's just pure rock, so I want to go, but it's just spinning, you know. I'm trying to find that traction. But I'm not one to give up, you know. I won't not come to these sort of races again. I'll be aiming for these because I want to learn them, you know. It's no good going to all the races that you win all the time. You've got to go to the ones that challenge you and you've got to learn something new. We go around this rider here and we think we're having a bad race, but these guys down here, I think they're having a tougher one than me. Look at them.
Right.
Stuck under bike and all sorts there, so I hope they were alright. I don't think they were injured too much. Again, this bottom section along through the woods, just real deep tricky ruts all the way along, so you had to be really careful of your lines you chose. Try not to rush things too much and tip over. You can see a couple of riders stuck down there in the ruts. I'm actually getting into it now. I'm getting into the track. I'm feeling good. Passed a couple of riders up to about sort of 8th and 9th in the expert class, so not doing too bad. Get to a little bit of a traffic jam here. Squeeze past a couple. Start moving, so we'll just settle in. Don't want to make a tool of myself over this slippy rock. We're all in one race today. Usually there's slower riders in the morning race and the afternoon race for the faster riders, but we're all in one, so there is quite a lot of traffic to pass today. But that's good for me, that's what I need. I'm not used to, passing on this sort of terrain. Although I struggled, it was a real good weekend for me for learning. I'm not just riding something I'm good at. I'm riding something I'm learning at each lap, new lines, new techniques, rolling that throttle on a little bit more, paddling through ruts. But we've got Oakstone Park next weekend for the Wes Enduro, so looking forward to getting in some sand and see what we can do there. It's going to be completely opposite to this, but then after that I think we'll definitely be getting out on this sort of going and work on my weaknesses. And all through winter I'll get out with Jack Spencer and them boys on this sort of going, and we'll see if we can come back next time to Lee Dell and improve. But all in all, good day, really enjoyed the track, good layout. Shame about the weather a little bit, but definitely good for me, good practice there. I managed to pull my way back up to 7th in the expert class, so I'm happy with that after the start. Like I say, I'm not one to never come back. I will be dying to come back. In fact, Sunday night I think I was dreaming about this track all night. I'm ready for another go already. But no, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, we'll see you all soon. Please give us a like and subscribe.